guys, welcome to another stream. I want to say episode every single time. But today we're going to be starting Cemetery Mary, which is one of my favorite games. If you guys haven't, okay, we have a YouTube. I don't know if you guys know that. Anyway, we played...
it's linked in our links.
That doesn't mean that they know. We played a route already on our channel. So if you kind of want to, get a preview of what this is going to be like, you could go watch that. But basically, it's a visual novel. And... yeah, we played one route. I loved it. I absolutely love this game so much. And so now we're going to play a new character's route and see what we can learn from that. So, let's hop into it. Let's just push start. I don't even remember how it starts.
I mean, it might be a little bit different since we swapped to the more advanced version of it.
Do I just push play?
Just click start.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay. Warning. This game contains themes among the following: stalking, kidnapping, strong language, mild drugs and alcohol, smoking, blood, murder, suicide, flashing images, potentially loud noises. So continue on your own risk or whatever. I don't remember the loud noises. Ooh, I hope we find some.
I think it was there before.
Okay. This is going to be a lot of reading.
Are you hearing music?
Yes. Are you?
I was just making sure.
Oh.
Because there wasn't music until this part, so I was that's why I was waiting.
Yeah.
Because that was the main thing I was worried about, switching all the sets things.
Yeah.
Is that the
I
output
hear
is different.
the music box.
Okay, so
Yeah.
both of them hear the music. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything's wrong, by the way, and we don't see it, please let us know. Anyway, this is going to be visual novel, so it's going to be us reading and making decisions. If that's not something you're interested in, no harm, no foul, even though this is the best game ever. You can watch us play Pokemon on Wednesday. Anyway, here we go. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one that they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their life. And maybe it could have been prevented. If there wasn't a murderer in my city. I remember this. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they call them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard that they strike at night. I heard they target one person at a time and don't stop till they're dead. Well, I heard it's a ghost blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe any of that. At least, not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone. To be fair, I don't think that anyone should probably go off to a cemetery, alone. If it's a small town, and they're like, hey, there might be a serial killer, you probably shouldn't go places by yourself. Staying until it closed, another thing, don't do. Walking home by myself in the dark, even though it was only across the street, these rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything. But that is to be expected. That makes so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also something I have to be careful because I don't want to spoil anything for the new audience members because, if they don't know things. But some stuff I'm like, oh, I know what that means now. That is to be expected, yeah. But they thought I was a perfect target. But I still don't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. So they sent me off to live with my aunt and uncle and cousin. They didn't live far. At least, not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Holland City. Okay. to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why. But I never really asked about it either.
Some of this I don't remember.
Do you think
Being
it's
in there before, so I wonder
new
if it was
information? Because the game updated while we were playing halfway through, or I guess right after we started playing.
It was kind of halfway through.
Was
actually.
it? Okay. Some of these things, again, I don't want to say something because the audience is new, but I'm like, oh, we never got information about that. But I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. I didn't want to leave, but every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went to make them feel better. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left the house, barely went to town anymore. That doesn't sound fine. When I did, I was always with someone. Taking all precautions to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, I never thought that I or someone I knew would be a victim. Then that thing happened to those two. And for the first time, I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they had suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there was also that other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone for that matter. But
I'm getting confused.
do you think the game's different because we played?
I don't know. There's a number of things that sound that are a lot different than what I remember it from the start of the last playthrough.
But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did.
And yeah, I don't know if is it because we played or is it because
That was completely different.
well, I mean that like it said the thing we know was added was extra scenes to fill in the fact there are so much blank screens.
Yeah. I'm just really excited.
My thing is that there's information that's different.
Do you think that it's because it thinks that we're doing the thing, or is it just because it got updated?
I don't know. That's what
Game!
I'm trying to say.
You're so fascinating.
Is that I don't know if it's because we already have save files or if it's because the game was updated and they decided to add little bits of information or retcon a couple of things. Because a couple of things that were brought up sounded completely different from what we were led to understand before.
Mm-hmm.
Like it sounded like that Crowan's parents died before our parents went missing.
Oh, I didn't get that.
She said that thing happened to those two. And then my parents went missing. And then now another thing happened, but that seems to be the mystery number.
Texting Batman. Because, yeah, you would think if our aunt and uncle died, they'd be like, alright, come home. I don't know. Also, though, I don't remember them talking about her parents so much.
Yeah, that's another
Because now, originally we were really confused about some choices that the parents made, like sending Mary away. But now, it almost implies that, yeah, they have known a lot more than we thought they did. Anyway.
Which is what the mystery number was implied.
Yeah. So here we go! I'm excited. Alright. I knew I shouldn't fall asleep I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. The light's on outside. Is Crone out there? I better go check.
Smoking.
Smoking. Don't do that, kids.
Oh, we already had the disclaimer.
Oh, okay, that's sure. Okay. Do we have to put that every single time we stream?
I mean, I don't know.
Legal stuff. Anyway.
I wouldn't imagine.
Oh, it's our first decision. Okay. Okay, so what are you doing out here? It's raining. You're out here. Where's Aunt and Uncle? Or Crowan, I finished dinner, come inside. Aren't they? Don't we already know that? Did we spoil something already?
I don't know. I don't remember that option. I remember having options here, but I don't remember that
I'll
being...
say, what are you doing out here? It's raining. Because I feel like that's a good conversation starter. Obviously, smoking, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm confused on the timeline already. And then, Crowan, I finished dinner, come inside. Why? I don't know. I just feel like, what is...
Also, she was sitting in the chair.
And I was asleep. What does that have anything to do? Okay, what are you doing out here? It's raining.
I can see that it's raining, Mary.
You're sassy. What are you... Wait. These are the same choices. Oh, so I choose a different one? This is... So,
don't know. Did you accidentally hit a back button?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a back button in this game,
No, I don't think so either. Should I do it again? Let's see what happens if I do it again. It's raining.
Same response.
It's still there. Ooh, this is so weird. Okay. I feel like we're so, like, if someone hops on, they're gonna be like, the frick? You're out here, where's Aunt and Uncle? Maybe I'm supposed to say that.
I don't know.
Okay. You're out here, where's Aunt and Uncle? Let's go with that one.
Credit, Mary. How many times do I have to tell you? They went to hell.
Oh, this is so weird. Okay. So, then Crow and I finished dinner, come inside?
I guess so.
It's spaghetti! I used your favorite sauce, too.
What is his favorite sauce?
If it's spaghetti, doesn't that automatically mean that it's red
spaghetti
sauce?
Is
it's the noodle, I know. But isn't spaghetti always red sauce?
No, you can have spaghetti carbonara, you can have spaghetti alfredo,
but
you
that's
can have
specific.
spaghetti pesto.
You have to specify. If somebody's just like, hey, we're having spaghetti, I would assume red sauce. Anyway.
Though I think carbonara is an alfredo, but maybe I'm not. Okay, I'll be inside in a sec. Just let me put this out. Also, it could be just a plain sauce, or it could be a meat sauce.
It's red!
I'm saying it could be the plain red sauce, or it could be a meat sauce, so it has meat in it.
Okay.
All the food is cold.
I know I fell asleep after I made it, so that's never been a problem for you before. I made too much. Are you upset with me for what I said earlier? I feel like I should just answer him. I know. I fell asleep after I made it, so. I just wanted to take a seat in the living room, but...
It's fine. Probably mad at this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complaining. I mean, kind of were.
I mean, why would you bring it up? Other than that, we didn't say much, and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Crowan helped a little bit. After all that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him like usual. Normally after dinner, when Crowan and I sit together, we do something fun. We play games on our phone together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days, if something exciting happened. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still. Crowan's been in a pretty bad mood since. Understandable. Okay, can I tell them? I think it's obvious, right?
I think we brought it up already.
Did we? Okay, they're dead. So it makes sense why Crowan's in a mood.
You were the one that was like, I don't want them to know.
I don't know how much I'm supposed to tell them. That's like when you read a really good book and you're going to see the movie, and then your friend hasn't read the book, and so you want to tell them all these cool things, but you can't.
My point is, you're the one that was like, we can't let them know too much stuff right away.
I'm bad at keeping but I'm excited!
And I was just like, okay.
Okay.
No, I think I might have been the one who messed up by saying, I'm pretty sure I was the first one to bring up that they were dead.
Yeah, jeez, Dustin. Spoilers. Okay. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but I don't really know if he's in the mood to talk. What should I do? Attempt a conversation, go to bed. I feel like trying is always the best thing.
Yes,
right?
But do you remember what our attempted conversation was before?
Wait, outside? In the rain?
No.
Oh.
The last time we played this.
No.
Beginning part.
I just remember all the good things. Did it go badly?
The attempted conversation was being like, are you sure you don't want to go to a therapist?
That's fine. Alright, here we are. Attempted conversation.
And he very much doesn't like the idea.
I'm doing it. Crow, do you want to talk about it?
There's nothing to talk about.
I think there's a lot to talk about. I've still got my old therapist number, you know. Drawing?
Ain't there a reason she's your old one?
I know. But she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe...
Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already.
I like it better when we get further into the game.
We might not get as close to Crowan in this one, though. Remember?
No! Okay, if you got... did I already say we played Crowan's route first?
You said we played a route.
Well, we played Crowan's route, whatever, who cares? Spoilers.
Like, he's still only calling us Mary instead of Mars.
Go watch it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Maybe I'll need to watch it after every single time we stream. And be like, memories.
Can't I be bitter over it?
Yeah.
Why are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? Thought you knew about this shit better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy, smiley and shit. Can't you just stop and try to fucking talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life, and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine.
Sorry. I think I ended up making Crowan more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. Poor little Mary. She's so sweet. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Crowan angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. The room I have in this cabin is nice. It's not like my room back at my actual home, but I've stayed here for so long I've been able to decorate it a bit more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop or lie awake thinking of every embarrassing thing that has happened in my life. I forget how much Why do I like this game so much again? Is it because I identify with Mary's side? Is that the reason? No, it's the mystery. But as of recent, I've picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. Dun, The text message that I had received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart.
Was the angel always winking in her room?
What angel?
I suppose it must have been.
I don't know. I didn't really pay that much attention, to be honest. I really like the eye picture, and I like her little crow stuffed animal. Yeah. I should have told somebody. Yes, you should have. To be honest, if a weird number texts you after your parents disappear, and is like, hey, your parents are fine, you tell somebody. Most likely the authorities. But, I don't know. That's the thing. Okay, I don't know. Am I allowed to say this? Mm-hmm. If you're gonna go watch The Thing, ignore me for like a few seconds. Basically, in the original route, we didn't get to explore a ton of things related to our parents. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll just say that. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. So I really hope that this time around we can explore more of that. But instead, I texted the number back.
Just realized her nightlight's also red.
And they responded to me.
I suppose it's good for night vision. It's just, you shouldn't be the only source of light in your room, otherwise you'll hurt your eyes.
What is that, PSA?
Yeah.
Anyway, I've noticed that other than... Shush, we're setting a mood. I noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping to find out what's happening behind all this. Yeah. Are you still awake? I'm waiting.
I am awake whenever you want to talk.
Okay. Again, if you haven't seen, we nicknamed this mystery number Batman, and that's why Dustin does the voice. And it's really fitting. Watch it be like not at all the person who's doing it though.
Well, it's because they very much see themselves as Mary's protector.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Don't spoil.
And I think at one point they even say justice.
Did you read? Okay, yeah. You read this, right? Mm-hmm. Next. I don't even remember what I said the first time. Are my parents still alright? Will you tell me who you are? Obviously, I don't think they're gonna tell me who they are. But are my parents still alright? Did I choose that last time?
I think we did the who you are, because I think that might be why we came up with...
Batman?
Yeah.
And then maybe we should do are my parents alright?
Uh-huh.
He's already Batman. Are my parents still okay?
Yes. I am keeping a careful eye on them.
Does that mean they're, like, somewhere and he's watching them?
Apparently.
I totally thought that he
would more imply, that they're somewhere and he's watching them as opposed to he's actively holding them.
I totally thought he was actively holding them.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression we were given before.
But that, it makes it sound like they went to Italy or something, and he's like, oh, don't worry.
An unscheduled trip to Italy.
Yeah, you know.
Told no one.
Just spontaneous.
The police have been investigating. Can't contact them.
I'm sure it happens all the time. How can I be so sure that you even have them? See? Okay, words like that confuse me. Are they free, or is he just holding them?
He went off and joined a cult.
A theory I did think of during the beginning is I'm like, are they involved in some kind of I don't know if cult, but a secret society, you know?
That would fit the you don't know anything about your parents.
Yeah. What if you're just trying to prank me?
This would be a pretty weird prank.
People do that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
because I'm hoping it's a prank.
I'm sorry, it isn't a prank. I can promise that it's all real. I was going too low. I was worried that I was going to not be able to
register. How did you even get my number?
Your parents gave it to me.
Whoa, we never knew that.
Like I said, I think we picked the other one last time.
Yeah. Why would they do that?
Because they care about you.
You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that.
Well, your parents were worried about the murderer, so if this isn't the murderer, then they wouldn't have a... And he claims to be your protector, so then... Yeah. I'm sorry.
You didn't start into it.
I'm sorry. You don't know your parents as well as you think you do.
What does that mean? Seriously, you freak me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them home. Is she texting all this? Because that's a lot.
You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye, Batman.
It also almost makes it sound like he's in a different time zone.
Yeah, that was a totally different interaction. That was way longer, also, than like half of the interactions we've had with him.
Yeah.
This is so exciting. They suggested that I get some rest. But how do they expect me to do that? I've never felt more restless in my life. Makes sense. We got dead aunts and uncles. We got missing parents, and we got a sassy cousin that we're living with. I too would be extremely... Oh, if my parents went missing, I would feel like mental. Even asleep.
We can't stop.
I know. I knew. Sorry, ignore the dogs. What time is it? Is it food time? No, it's not. I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up the next morning, Crone had already left for the day. But that wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. Makes sense. There's a giant painting of his parents looking quite happy in the front room.
Well, it looked like a marriage photo.
Right, but I'm just saying, it's like, hey, you miss your parents? Look at this. I'm a little surprised that he said they went to hell. He's angsty.
Yeah.
It's okay. Teenagers. I don't know if we're actually teenagers or if we're college kids.
I know,
They never say.
So ambiguous.
Yeah, but whatever. Anyway, I'm not surprised.
No, none of them go to school, so...
Could be summer, I don't know.
I don't know, it doesn't seem like summer.
No, they seem like, I feel like the end of teenage years, like 18, 19.
Yeah.
Beginning of 20s, like 20, 21. Whenever I pass... Wait, the diner. I thought it said dinner. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like... loud noises. Not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad, after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, it really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Ooh, are we going for a walk? Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail.
To the cemetery.
Oh, are we going to the cemetery?
I'm pretty sure
It gets a bit...
go to the cemetery on the first day.
It gets a bit twisty at parts. But it isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. At the end of the trail, there's a fence. One with a slight gap in it. And past that fence, there's a little community. Wait, so we live behind the fence?
We live in the forest that's behind the fence.
Uh-huh.
Which then they go around the fence to get to the bus stop.
Oh, so, like, hidden.
We live out in the woods.
That's so cool.
That's why it was always weird.
That'd be so weird if we were, like, driving and all of a sudden there's, like, this person just coming out of the woods.
I mean, it wouldn't be that weird.
No, okay, I guess there's a couple different houses around here, yeah, that are pretty... Anyway. It isn't big. A few trailers with people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood. So whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. And then after the end of a short trip, you're in Blackwood. It's a city, it's the city I grew up in. And I always really loved it. There's the library and the local stores. But my most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. In case you didn't get from the title of this game, I'm Marion. I love going to the cemetery. Hence, Cemetery Mary. It's got lots of trees to read under and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum, too. Though, I've never been inside. A private mausoleum, you know? I feel like that would become more... I don't know, though. Do people go into mausoleums?
Typically not.
Isn't it like...
visiting family members.
Yeah.
Because,
right?
yeah, mausoleums are usually one family.
Right, it's not like a little museum that you're just like, oh, let's go inside. I don't know who it belongs to. Anyways, I always try to leave flowers whenever I visit, at least every so often. And I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know? Not feel lonely. And then, after spending my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left.
I just realized.
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. What?
We're not going to get the book.
Oh, no. That was one of my favorite... I don't know, though. Let's wait and see. But I always make sure that no one sees the way I come back home. Okay, but do you think that nobody actually sees her? Or do you think there's someone that just sits there and is like, there's that kid again? Just in case, you know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. I say that all the time, actually. Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Crone is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like that... Wait, I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone. That makes sense. I feel like it's safer to be in a public space than being in the middle of the woods in a cabin by yourself. That's like a horror movie waiting to happen.
Mm.
Yes. Dustin's like, I like cabins.
I do like cabins.
Even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more confident surrounded by lots of people. Despite how things may seem, I always prefer to be around people anyways. That's one of the reasons I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there, even if you can't see them.